Republican presidential hopeful Nikki Haley is hosting two town halls in New Hampshire today. The former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador campaigned in Londonderry this afternoon. This comes less than 1 week before the third Republican presidential debate. CBS News campaign reporter Nidia Cavazos joins us now from Londonderry. Nidia, talk to us about today's events and the significance of Haley campaigning in New Hampshire in particular.
Yes, of course, Meg. Good afternoon. And so Nikki Haley just held one of her town halls for the day here in Londonderry. It was at a very small diner, but despite the fact that it was a very small venue, there was a large crowd, and it was a very enthusiastic crowd. And not only was it a lot of New Hampshire residents from here, Londonderry, and longtime Republican voters, but she was also accompanied by New Hampshire's Governor Sununu, who did not necessarily endorse her today, but he was very enthusiastic about receiving her here and hosting this town hall together. Now, the significance of this is that Nikki Haley has been ranking in second place in New Hampshire, and this is a state where she has managed to gather support from voters here. And of course, she's still trailing behind former President Donald Trump, but this is where she has her strength, and this is something that she has spoken about before in the past, where she is in second place, leading other GOP candidates.
And I think a bus just went by you there, Nidia. You're a little bit in the shadow, but that's what happens when you're out there in the field battling the elements. There, you're back. Good to see you again. So would you describe that maybe Nikki Haley is having a moment in New Hampshire? Because to be second in the polls, that definitely seems like an improvement.
Yes, so Nikki Haley is having a moment here in New Hampshire, and it's not only here in New Hampshire, but it's in the other early states such as Iowa and South Carolina. And this is in fact where her campaign has touted that she is having momentum and that she is having some sort of upward trajectory, and she's one of the only few GOP candidates who at this very moment stands like this. And most notably this week, earlier on Monday, there was an Iowa poll that showed that she is now tying in second place with Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis. And so this is huge, and it is major for her campaign. But what we will be seeing next week at the third presidential debate will be very key. Her performance will be key in determining this upward momentum that she has been experiencing.
In recent weeks, we know former President Trump and other GOP candidates, they've amplified their rhetoric against Haley. Has that given her an edge?
There aren't necessarily any polls or direct numbers to prove that, but we have seen that during the past weeks and even during the past days, she has been a target by former President Donald Trump as well as other GOP candidates, including Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, and even the DNC. But this shows that she is becoming sort of a target, but is also a threat to these campaigns. Now, this is something her campaign has talked about, where we've seen the remarks come in from several candidates, and as well as it's been demonstrated throughout different ads. And she spoke a bit about this today when she was asked a few questions by some of the town hall attendees, where they were asking on her record in China. And to this, she referenced Ron DeSantis' $1 million campaign ads that have been running in key states targeting her. So it is something that we're going to continue seeing throughout the few weeks.
And Nidia, former Vice President Mike Pence has still not endorsed anyone since dropping out of the race over the weekend. You know, what's the word out there now? How likely is it he will endorse Haley?
Well, there's a lot of speculation about this right now, and no word has come from Mike Pence or his team whether, in fact, he will be supporting Haley. In fact, last Monday, when Nikki Haley was filing to officially appear on the ballot in South Carolina, she was asked by a reporter if she would be willing to pick Mike Pence as her running mate. To this, she neither answered yes or no, but she said she wasn't necessarily focused on picking a running mate at this moment. So not only do we have this speculation around whether Mike Pence will be her running mate, but we also have no word yet on whether Mike Pence will be endorsing her or any other GOP candidate at this moment. So without a doubt, we'll have a very interesting next few days.
It's always interesting on the campaign trail, especially with those buses driving by you. Great job, Nidia Cavazos. Thank you.